Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Box On, Box Off. I know it's been a while, but I'd rather be late than not here at all. That's what my dad said when I was born, but I'm starting to see the appeal. I'm back, as you know it. I was deciding what to do next for a video. With the way games are doing now, I thought I'd choose another game for you guys. It relates to when I was a child. When I was a kid growing up in the early 2000s, I was introduced to many card games. There's, of course, Pokemon, Digimon. I also saw the Kids Next Door's cards. They're pretty cool. What else? I think I ran into Naruto for a little bit. But there is one special card game that I fell in love with. Can you guess it? Well, here's a hint. Yeah, well, it's no surprise to anyone, I believe, that YuGiOh was pretty popular in the early 2000s. I'm pretty sure it's still popular today, but as a kid, you think the world of it. And I don't play it anymore, but I still collect the cards. But back then, I used to spend so much money on cards. I want to say I spent around $1,000 already. Today, I spend here and there, but nothing as much as I did when I was younger. Now, from these card games came other forms of media. Of course, the animes, the manga, and then there's the video games. Which one am I going to play? Well, let me show you real quick. Yeah, I gotta tell you about this game. It's pretty mixed. I like it. It's pretty good. But it's also a complete piece of shit. I don't like the mechanics. I don't like how the NPCs work. It seems like the AI doesn't know what it's doing half of the time. And the other half, it feels like it's doing it on purpose just to mess with you. I ran into so many problems playing this game. It's pretty fun, but I can tell why I lost to Pokemon in the video game industry. I mean, I'm going to show you a few things that I've run into while playing this game. But the way this game works is you start off, right? Look at that intro. Pretty cool. Pretty snazzy. And then you talk to the professor. And the first day, you can choose to skip it or not. I decided for the first time to play it to not skip it. After that, you choose a tag partner, since the video game is called Tag Force 2. And then you have to do some sort of quest with the character you choose. Depending on the character you choose is also the way the story is formatted. And then you can either duel or you can gamble to fill in those hearts of the character you chose. Now, I run into a couple problems. It's almost like a loophole. Not a loophole, sorry. Like a paradox almost. You see, in order to get DP, you need to duel other players. In this instance, other NPCs. Now, you can either duel by yourself or tag duel. And well, let's just say you'd rather duel by yourself than tag duel, because these AIs are fucked hard. So you're running around trying to win against these players to get those duel points, to get new cards, or to fill those hearts for your partner to continue the story, the main story at least. But you keep losing because you need better cards. And when you lose, you don't get that much DP. If you don't get that much DP, you can't buy new cards. If you can't get new cards, you can't better the deck. Without a better deck, you can't get DP. So it's a goddamn loophole. And in the end, you just decide to buy the sandwiches to fulfill the heart requirements so you can just skip forward to the next goddamn heart. What's even worse is that they give you the player, or they give you the NPC, your partner, with the worst possible goddamn deck and the whole goddamn game. You have to fill up the hearts to at least 4 to be able to change the character's deck. And let me tell you, those first 4 hearts feel like an eternity. Let me show you the runaround. Every Sunday there's a tournament. Every 15 days there's a test. The reason why I specify these dates is because you can either do good in the test and get a good amount of duel points if you do really well, or you could go to the tournaments and then every time you win you get duel points, and if you win at the end they give you a good chunk of duel points, and that's really where the main currency comes from. And I'm not too sure why, but there's not a lot of fan appreciation for this game. I always go to forums. I always try to discover new ways or better ways to get duel points, but I can't seem to find anything about this game. I run into forums here and there, but all they say is, hey guys, check out my deck. it isn't even like, hey, help me out, make this deck better. It's always just like, hey guys, look at this Ojama deck. Isn't it great? And then people in the comments are like, hey man, you should add, Ojama cards into this deck. And the person's just like, no, fuck off. I don't need help. And it's like, I need help. I don't know anything about like a combo or some sort of like specialty you can do with these cards. I just want help. But there's no forum for this goddamn game. And so now I'm just stuck here deciding, what can I put into this deck? And then I can't seem to get the cards I need. It's like you're playing the game of your life. You buy the packs, you buy $1,000 worth of DP worth of cards, and you don't even get the card you want. It's so frustrating because you need the card. And there's some cards that don't even come in the pack. You have to get lucky. You either have to go through the sandwich, or you have to hope an NPC gives it to you, or you find it on the floor. It's just so frustrating. It's terrible. It's just goddamn terrible. So what you end up doing is you just end up gambling in the sandwich. The goddamn store for sandwiches, so you can fill up those hearts as quickly as possible, fulfill the main storyline, and get to choose a different goddamn partner and hope to God you choose a better one. Because every partner I've had after Phoenix has been goddamn terrible. Every character just sucks. My best deck that I've made in this game so far is the Destiny Heroes, and they're not even that good because I can't seem to get the cards I need. This game has been terrible. It's fun, but I hate it. I hate it. It's look at this. Look at this. What the hell's wrong with these people? You end up having to avoid giving cards to certain characters, to all characters at the end. You can't put Call It Haunted or goddamn Return of the Grave because they keep picking the worst goddamn monsters to bring in. It's like, leave the card and let me choose next turn. I've run into so many AIs that are like, they do the dumbest moves just because they have to. Like Diamond Dude. I use Diamond Dude's effect to check the top card of the deck to see if it's a spell card I can use. When it's Heavy Storm, it's understandable to use if your opponent has a backslide of cards, but it's like the only reason why we're still alive, my partner, is because we have a fucking amount of cards that are stalling for us to do whatever the hell we have to do. So why do you play it? I've run into so many times where the card itself doesn't have to be played, but since it can be played or it's playable, the NPC decides I have to use it now, even if it puts us in a disadvantage. Even though we're winning, even though we can win without using this card, I have to use it now. And it just irks me because it's like I'm trying to pass this goddamn test, or I'm trying to pass this game so I can evolve you or whatever the hell I have to do with you, so I can get rid of you. Do they know I'm trying to get rid of them? Is that why they play like shit? They play like a 5-year-old that just picked up the game and doesn't read the cards, he just plays them. It's so frustrating. Upsides of the game, it's a good time killer. If you don't have anything to do, if you're just wasting the rest of your life, this is a pretty good game to pick up. I had it as a kid, and as a kid I didn't really read the cards. I just kind of played around. And I now that I remember, I never passed any of the storylines because I was just going around playing with cards that I would just find. I would fight people and I'd be like, oh, that's a cool card. Let me find it, or let me see if I can get it, and then I would put it in my deck. So at the end, I would just have like a basic warrior deck with like all these cards that I can't even use. At some point, I had like a Marine Dolphin, Elemental Hero Marine Dolphin, or Neospatial Marine Dolphin, or something like that. Well, I don't know what it was, Neospatial or Elemental Hero Dolphin, Marine Dolphin, or something, and I couldn't even use it. There's certain cards where I just put in the deck and it didn't even matter because you're a kid, you don't really know what the hell's going on, and that's exactly what I did. But now as an adult, I'm really happy kid me didn't know that this game was such a piece of shit, because it's good. It's a good game, but it just sucks. It's just so many parts that don't need to be in it. Shitty AI. You don't get the cards you need. The DP system sucks, and it's just overall. I can see why Pokemon won in the gaming industry, because the games for Pokemon are significantly different from the actual card game. But in the YuGiOh games, it just seems like you're doing the same thing. In person you play with the cards, and the game you play with the cards. It's like at the end you should just play the cards in the game because you don't have to spend real money. I understand you're not playing with real players, but with like a game like this where you can go online, it doesn't really matter. But by God, I hope I can just show you clips that I found or clips that I have of the AI just being stupid. It's probably not gonna work because I already have like a couple people already like at full hearts. But I really wish you could have seen the process, especially this piece of I feel like I can say this piece of before editing the video, and I can just show you any character and tell you why they were difficult to play with. Now the main deck I play is, or the one that I started to run just to try to end the game quickly as possible, is this Exodia deck. But it only works if I play by myself. But some of the storyline, some of the main storyline has me playing with my partner. And my partner, once again, is an absolute piece of shit. They don't know what they're doing. I have to play the same goddamn story like 8 times to beat it, so I can get more duel points and go gamble my money so I can get rid of them. I hope I can show you the gambling part of the game. Because at the end, you're just buying sandwiches and hoping for a golden sandwich so you can end this game quicker, so you can go back to real life. We can just gamble your money away. Because at this point, I should just gamble real money. Because this is just so frustrating. Overall, I think the game is a piece of shit. But I like it. I'm pretty sure if I didn't play Yu-Gi-Oh as a child, I wouldn't like it. But since I did, I had this nostalgic feeling. Especially since I had the game as a child. That I just have to come back to it. Even though it's a piece of shit. But I do have times where I just have to put it down. And just let it sit there for a couple days before I pick it back up. Because these NPCs are just so fucking stupid. And I understand that I have to give props to the developers for at least having the AI do something. But by God, this is such a terrible fucking game. I heard the third one was a little better, and I can kind of see why. I've seen clips. I don't play the game. I can't really play it. It's not available in the US. It was only released in the UK. I'm pretty sure because the second one did such fucking terrible sales in the US for how much of a piece of shit it was. They also had one for the Game Boy. That one was pretty fun. But, the PSP came in and everybody wanted to just play the PSP because it was so advanced for its time. It's exactly what the Nintendo Switch has become now. And what I believe Sony wanted to do in the beginning with the handheld PSP and then the Wii U. I believe it wanted to do exactly what Nintendo wanted. A system you can take on the go, but you can also, play with friends. But I guess Sony fell flat, and I can kind of tell why. Because, most of the games for the PSP are great. But then you have a piece of shit like YuGiOh Tag Force 2, and you can kind of see why it failed. Because it didn't have the games. It had God of War, which is pretty cool. It had, what else did it have? It had this game. It had Star Wars Force Unleashed. It had this game. It had that game. I didn't have too many games growing up. So that's why I cherish YuGiOh GX Tag Force 2. But I'm really sad that I didn't have any other game, because this game, again, it's a piece of shit. But yeah, that's my review of YuGiOh Tag Force 2. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna stop talking now, but I'm gonna continue showing you some of the clips that really got me a little angry. But you let me know if my anger was justified or if I'm just a big baby. Alright, thanks guys.